Imagine swimming in shallow ocean water on a warm, sunny day. The sun is shining, the water feels great, you feel totally safe. You truly believe nothing in the water can harm you. Then, out of nowhere, a dark shadow glides beneath your feet. Something heavy grabs your leg and violently pulls you under the surface. Back in the summer of 1916, people in America believed sharks were completely harmless to humans. Eminent scientists publicly declared that a shark could never bite a person. But over 12 terrifying days, a series of horrific events shattered that innocent belief forever. This is the true story of the 1916 New Jersey shark attacks, the real-life horror that inspired the legendary book and movie Jaws. Our story begins on July 1st, 1916, in the quiet resort town of Beach Haven, New Jersey. 25-year-old Charles Vansant was on a fun vacation with his family. Just before dinner, he decided to take a quick dip in the ocean with his dog. He was swimming in shallow water, barely 15 yards away from the sandy shore. Out of nowhere, Charles started screaming frantically. The blue ocean around him suddenly turned bright red. A massive shadow was dragging him down into the depths. A brave lifeguard swam out into the bloody water and managed to pull Charles back to safety. But the invisible beast had already torn his legs to pieces. Charles tragically bled to death just a few hours later. Despite this awful tragedy, prominent experts refused to blame a shark. Respected doctors and scientists insisted that a sea turtle or a large fish was responsible. They firmly argued that sharks lack the jaw strength to break human bones. Because of this false confidence, the popular beaches stayed open and innocent tourists kept swimming. 5 days later, 40 miles north in Spring Lake, New Jersey, the shadowy monster struck again. Charles Bruder, a 27-year-old hotel bellhop, went for an afternoon swim after his work shift. He swam past the protective ocean lifelines into deeper water. Within moments, a woman on the beach saw bright red water bubbling up around him. Lifeguards quickly rowed out in a rescue boat to save him. When they pulled Bruder aboard, they made a horrifying discovery. The shark had bitten off both of his legs. Bruder died of severe blood loss before the boat even reached the dry sand. Now, pure panic gripped the entire east coast of America. Terrified tourists quickly packed their bags and fled the coast. Hotel owners lost thousands of dollars in a single weekend. Local towns desperately placed heavy iron nets around their beaches to protect panicked swimmers. Local hunters patrolled the open water with rifles, hooks, and dynamite. Everyone assumed the open ocean was the only dangerous place. They were completely wrong. 6 days later, on July 12th, this horrific story took its most unbelievable turn. Matawan Creek was a small, murky stream located 16 miles inland from the open ocean. It was nowhere near the sea. Local children used the shallow creek as a favorite swimming spot on hot days. Nobody ever imagined that an ocean predator could enter such shallow, muddy water. That afternoon, 11-year-old Lester Stilwell was happily playing in the creek with his friends. Suddenly, Lester vanished right beneath the calm surface. Thick red blood bubbled up to the top. His screaming friends ran into the nearby town to beg for help. A 30-year-old local businessman named Stanley Fisher rushed to the creek bank. He courageously dove into the murky water to find the young boy's body. As Stanley touched the creek bed, the hidden monster attacked him too. Stanley fought back with all his strength, but the shark brutally bit his upper thigh. Villagers dragged Stanley out of the water, but he tragically died at the local hospital. Poor Lester's body was finally recovered 2 days later. The relentless predator was still not done. Less than a mile down the creek, just 30 minutes after attacking Stanley, the shark targeted a 14-year-old boy named Joseph Dunn. The beast clamped its powerful jaws around Joseph's leg. Joseph's brave brother and friends engaged in a desperate tug of war against the underwater monster. They miraculously pulled Joseph free, making him the only victim to survive the gruesome spree. In just 12 short days, 5 people were brutally attacked and 4 lost their lives. The entire nation fell into deep mass hysteria. President Woodrow Wilson even called the emergency cabinet meeting to handle the growing crisis. The federal government officially promised money and aid to hunt down and kill the man-eating monsters. On July 14th, a brave New York taxidermist named Michael Schleisser caught an 8-foot-long great white shark in nearby waters. When he opened the creature's stomach, he reportedly discovered human remains inside. The terrible nightmare finally came to an end, though experts still debate today whether a great white or aggressive bull shark was responsible for those inland creek attacks. The chaotic summer of 1916 changed humanity's view of the ocean forever. It completely destroyed the comforting myth that sharks are gentle, harmless creatures of the sea. Decades later, writer Peter Benchley used these historical attacks as the core foundation for his best-selling thriller Jaws, which director Steven Spielberg turned into an iconic blockbuster. These historical events showed us that nature is endlessly unpredictable, powerful, and always demands our deepest respect whenever we step into the wild open waters. If you love this shocking journey into history, please hit the like button right now and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories. Drop a quick comment down below to tell us, would you ever dare to swim in a murky creek? Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the very next video.